on a larger scale, linking the economic with the environmental policy seems to make a lot of sense. How could you bring that down to a more individual level? Like, what could people like me or like students?
Well, individually,
or anyone?
I mean, a lot of decisions you might make, say, to be more environmentally sustainable as an individual or a family, are clearly going to save money. Right? Live in a smaller house. There's no reason that a family of 4 needs a 4,000 square foot house. A 1,500 square foot house is more than enough. Well, that's going to be less expensive. The mortgage is going to be lower. The monthly payments are going to be lower. Okay. How about one car? You don't need 3 cars. Maybe you need 2 to be working direction, but how about living near where you work? And how about organizing where you work near there? Buy food locally. You're going to help out a lot of the local farmers. The transport costs and the energy costs are going to be lower. It's a lot better for you because you don't know where the food is coming from. You don't need a wardrobe of 50 suits. Right? You don't need 100 pairs of shoes. I mean, there are ways, to some extent, I think, and you see a bit of it, I think, underlies the current economic crisis we're in, is I think we sort of really got off track, where it was like, the person who dies with the most wins, which isn't often the case. There's nothing to win at the end.
It's true.
Right? So I think, you put in compact fluorescent light bulbs. You have lower energy payments. You use less water. In most parts of the world, people pay for water. You use less water. You have lower payments for your monthly water bill. Cut your own lawn with a non-mechanical, with a non-gas or non-electric lawnmower. Okay, good exercise, less energy used, doesn't cost you anything, right? So there are many ways in which you can act in a sustainable way. It's going to be a lot healthier for you, and in terms of your household economy, will really save a lot for the household economy. I know people don't think that way, and everyone wants a bigger car, and they want a bigger house, and they want more cars and more things, and all that. But they're just things. They don't matter that much. They're just things. The things that really do matter don't cost much. And so if you reorient your life and reorganize what you're doing and the way you're doing it, again, it can have some really significant economic impacts. It might result in you having more money to use in other ways that would be much more beneficial to you and your family. So I think you can scale those things down, for sure.
And do you think that if people were to understand that the economic benefits that would accompany this, do you think more people would be inclined to actually
Yes, I
that?
do. I really do. We've tried to do this. We have this New York Times Institute in Environmental Journalism, where we bring journalists together every year. That's one of the reasons we're doing this. We're trying to get, I think very few people really understand. They think, oh, environmental sustainability means denying myself everything, living like a monk, not having any fun, eating grass or whatever it is that they think. And that's not the case. It's not the case at all. You can live an extremely full life and experience almost anything. I think what it really means is something that all our parents told us when we were kids. Right? Something might be good, but too much of a good thing sometimes can be bad. So cream cheese really tastes good, but if you sit there and just eat a whole bar of cream cheese, you'll probably be sick to your stomach.
Probably.
Right. So it's sort of like that. I mean, all these things are nice. It's nice to have a new pair of shoes. It's nice to have a new jacket or whatever it might be. It's nice to drive in a new car. But everything in moderation. If you're moderate in what you do, not ascetic and monk-like, but just moderate in what you do, you and your family and your community can save a lot. And as I said, you can use those resources for other things that may be more important, rather than just replicating. I was just reading a story in the paper with this family who was having trouble making ends meet. It's a family of 4. They had a 4,000 square foot house. They had 7 TVs, flat screen TVs in their house. And they were complaining about how they can't make ends meet. I'm thinking, why do you have 7 flat screen TVs? I mean, how many TVs can you watch? And maybe if you had one, you might all sit together and watch the same show and even talk to each other. I mean, I know it's a novel concept, but you might even talk to each other and pretend you're a family, instead of everyone in a different room watching whatever they want and not interacting with anyone else.
So true.
So the idea that you know, everything is going down the drain because I can't have a 4,000 square foot house, and I can't have 3 cars, and I can't have 7 TVs, and I can't have 50 pairs of shoes, 30 of them being different varieties of running shoes, with different colors and different emblems on it. I think people, it's really kind of misplaced value. I think that's not the real values. That's my personal opinion. You asked me my opinion, and I'm telling you. I don't think that's real value.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me.
Okay, great. Well, it's a pleasure.